Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and if you missed the tweet, I am kind of recovering from an overcaffeination of sorts. I had the same coffee this morning. It was a new bag. It was the same espresso blend that I'm accustomed to. It was purchased from a different location. I had the same amount of coffee, but I quickly discovered that it was too much. And I discovered this because I started feeling overcaffeinated. Where, if you've ever felt overcaffeinated, you feel like a panic attack is coming on. Even if a panic attack wasn't coming on, and then you start panicking, thinking it's going to be a panic attack, or maybe it's worse, and then it gets worse. So I'm drained from this seemingly overcaffeination. I will have coffee again tomorrow. I'm just going to have half as much as I did today, as I normally do. So I'm hoping that tomorrow's caffeination will be enough caffeination, or maybe my body has just hit the point where it's sadly done with caffeine. Yeah, lots of water. I had a little bit of water, not a lot of water. I'm not sure if that might have helped. I did have enough water, or at least I thought I did. That didn't seem to do anything. I kind of had to wait for the body to process the caffeine. So, tonight's stream may very well be short, because I'm still kind of recovering from that. I mean, like, if you ever had, I guess, a bigger panic attack, and I would consider this kind of in that realm, it wasn't because I was panicky about any one thing or another. It's just that I was overcaffeinated, and I could feel that overcaffeination. Too much caffeine. And so, effectively, my body did this. And so, it's been slowly kind of coming down. So, I'm trying to take it easy as I drool all over my keyboard here. Thank you, Spudden56, for saying that you're glad I'm feeling better. I'm feeling well enough. I was able to get stuff done. It wasn't an impediment to getting work done. I just kind of took it down a notch. And this is honestly as much energy as I've put into something. I mean, normally it's like low key, type. But energy in terms of I'm elevating my heart rate by engaging you. And this is the first time I've elevated my heart rate since the incident, the overcaffeination, which basically turned into a full-fledged panic attack. Panic attacks are not fun. They're not. And that's part of the stress and strain of being an adult. You get panic attacks. And I can say that a good chunk of my panic attacks have been fueled by caffeine, as opposed to, like, out of nowhere, not having caffeine in the body. And I can definitely feel the effects of having too much caffeine. So the only thing I could effectively point my finger at is specifically the same coffee, same brand, same blend, but I acquired it differently. It was too much. Even though I used the same amount when I made my cup. I use 1 cup of coffee. I mean, I don't like full cup, but I mean, like, I make a cup. I put, a certain amount in, press it through the AeroPress, and I'm good to go. But yeah, it's an interesting feeling if you've never had a panic attack. It's the closest I could come to describing it. Like, I'm breathing, but it's like you can't breathe, and that's what it was like. I was like, I can't breathe. So I just know it was probably a combination of a few things, but fueled by too much caffeine. That can happen. That's one of the reasons I stick to a dark roast as opposed to a lighter roast. The darker roast tends to have less caffeine, and I like the flavor better anyway. But cutting back tomorrow, I'm hoping it will be good. Spudden says that happens to his wife smoking and coffee or soda. Well, I don't smoke, and I don't drink soda, but, there you go. Oh, yeah, hydrate. Yeah, no doubt. Oh, I got to stretch. Did someone stretch me? Yeah, there we go. Uber Superfly. Well, I'm not going to stretch like King Saru, but I will stretch. Lord knows. I'm probably gonna bring on a yawn. This is an over-caffeinated yawn. Yes, the Midnight Smith. I love the AeroPress. Measured it out. I mean, I had the exact same amount, but I'm gonna have to cut back by half to have quote unquote enough. I have a feeling I will kind of build up my tolerance again over time. But you know, just sticking to one, I generally love the flavor of coffee, love the taste of coffee, and I'm kind of addicted to it. But the problem is I have to limit myself specifically to 1 cup a day. 1 cup a day. Yeah, King Saru the 13th, great raid last night. He's doing all the stretching right now. I'm outsourcing my stretching. Like this is as much as you get, right? An arm stretch, into this stretch. Don't smoke soda and coffee. Eric, yeah, I try not smoking soda if I can help it. I'm healthy. I'm fine. I'm normal. I'm a functioning adult. I got all my work done. Obviously, I'm seeing through every one of my responsibilities today. But am putting that caveat out there saying, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to last before I feel like I need to crash. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like not exactly like a sugar buzz and then it wears off. But caffeine sometimes works the same way. And when I get into a pattern and have certain expectations, I can judge. Mostly, the limitations of my own body and what I can and cannot do with it. But today was absolutely an anomaly. Oh, it was too much. Decaf tastes like ass. So Builder's Mark decaf is not going to happen unless there's decaf that doesn't taste like ass. They should put, I think, the FDA, the FDIC, the FDM. Who's the entity that does the thing with the labels on food? They should have on decaf, taste like ass. Warning, tastes like ass. Ugh. Not even I'm not even I'd rather go without, thank you very much. Oh god. Is it the FDA? Are you sure it's not the FDM? Could be the USDA. That's some prime stuff there. Do I need to make a poll? Decaf coffee, yay or nay? Like, hey, it's your body. You drink it if you want. I'm just saying that I was born with a palate that does not appreciate the flavor of decaf. I'm just fighting off these fuzzies that are flying around my room here. Your wife drinks decaf if she wants to feel fancy in the evening. Whew. I just can't get over the lack of flavor or the flavor of formaldehyde. That's not my jam. Not a fan. You can't stand cold brew, and I can take cold brew. I've enjoyed cold brew on a nice summer day for sure. It's like non-alcoholic beer. Is it, Zach? I don't know the last time I've had that. By the way, shout out to Zach Rutledge. And a shout out to King Saru the 13th. If I'm missing any creators here, I do apologize. Any streamers. It's not intentional. It's good to see you, Eric. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a slightly less caffeinated, overflowing day than me. Oh, thank you for the shout out. Ah! Oh, I'm paying it forward. What, Eric? You got me on the edge of my seat. Chris, guess what? What? Oh, cool. You're moving to Renton. Congratulations. Closer. That's nice. It's very nice. Cool to see you still have a control panel over the desk. It's not really a control panel. They're just random LEDs. It's a shock that they still work. I need to start moving some of my shorter Darth Vader items onto those shelves, though, so I've got, like, a few things over there. I know, like, I need to go through this room so badly and, like, reorganize everything. Sorry, Builder's Mark, for making your ears bleed if I did. I apologize. You saw when I installed those Tix clocks, but are you sure? That'd be a long time ago. Long time ago. By the way, I did a raffle on my Twitter. I don't know if you saw it. I tweeted a Bang raffle. If you missed it, I don't think anyone's going to understand it, unless they know Twitch. We'll see if anybody replies to that tweet with a Bang pop or Bang join. It'd be kind of funny. So, as I mentioned last night, I have been wanting to do a K2SO, so that's what I'm printing right now. Before the K2SO, I printed this Death Star tile. This is the exhaust port through which the photon torpedoes flew to destroy the first Death Star right there. So I've printed this out. The cool thing is, it's a very cordial print because the back says, "Hi!" Well, there we go. Let's try it again. "Hi!" It's actually H1. So there's that. That'll go with my Death Star tiles collection. The print is on point with about a half hour left to go. It seems that we're pretty much going to follow through the legs, or the last bit. The ones, I got to admit, the one that I was most concerned about was specifically the torso, because there was just a low point of contact, so I probably overdid it on the brim. But I would rather overdo it on the brim than not have enough and then have a bit of wobble and then ultimately lose that. So the good news is, it seems that, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, yeah, many of the pieces seemingly came together the way that I was hoping they'd come together. And if the legs fail, well, I can easily reprint those legs. That should not be a problem whatsoever. So now, speaking of Death Star, I thought I'd make mention of our sponsor, Thangs.com. You can type in chat, Bang Thangs. Bang Thangs. It's just fun to say, Bang Thangs. It'll return the link if you're on the desktop that you can tap so that they know that you're coming through us. One of the things I wanted to point out is specifically that Thangs has a few different values for those who do design 3D printed objects or might need to upload. You got geometric search, so you can use your model to find geometrically related models, or just, basically upload even if you did not design one. Unlimited storage, so you can upload as many models as your heart desires, which is nice. It's a way to keep them kind of in the cloud. And then, of course, collaboration, which seems to happen a lot more frequently than you'd think. Usually people send a link to where you could download a file, but maybe not in terms of a collaborative platform. So they do have, in terms of a meta search, a few Death Star options out there. Nothing that necessarily jumped out at me as like, oh yeah, I definitely have to print that. But the cool thing about Thangs, as I pointed out the other day, I've got it pulled up here on my Android device, and if you have the iOS device in your hand, you could use the feature I'm about to highlight just as easily. If I go in and search for Thangs, I can scroll through, right? Oh wow, oh Chris, you can scroll, it's great. But better than that, this is a Death Star speaker cover, right? So I can rotate it there in browser, on the phone, or I can open augmented reality. So this is now available on both iOS and Android. I'm trying like every one of them that I find, because what you can do, and this is the way it looks on Android, right? But view it in your space. So if you have iOS, you could use it on iOS, but there it is. There, I don't know if you can see it in my preview there. I might need to it works here for me because I'm sitting right here and I can see how big it would be. I don't need it that big. I would need it like that small, right? So I can see it there. I can move it around. I can see what it would look like in my space. Oh, it dropped to the floor. It literally just dropped to the floor, which is great. Yeah, AR on Android is pretty neat. So I like the fact that the Thangs uploaded files give you an opportunity to view them in AR. So if you ever wanted to view an STL file in AR, you now know how to do it easily. Nothing to install. Just head over to Thangs.com and try it. You can do it on your mobile browser. You don't even need to sign up for anything. No download required. iOS and Android, that AR feature. But Thangs.com has got a few Death Star options that are available, and I apologize that the browser's kind of cut off there. I did my best with the cropping. The Death Star egg cup, a dial top, which I thought would be kind of neat if I could like integrate some kind of Death Star somewhere on my Prusa Mini. There's the speaker cover I was just showcasing. Death Star snack bowl. I've yet to print the Darth Vader snack bowl that Builder's Mark helped mod. Another egg cup. Darth Vader Death Star. Oh, the Death Star tile sliding puzzle game. I've seen this. I just haven't printed it yet. It's one I'm thinking about doing at some point, though. Tree topper. 6th set of Death Star tiles. A lot of Death Star tiles out there. It's interesting, these previews. Now, this is a pretty cool one, too. And I've seen it before. This is really nice, especially if you happen to have a Black Series figure. And let me minimize that. This is pretty neat. It's a Star Wars display stand. And what you can do, CineUp76 might be interested, is print it out. And then ultimately stand with, on the pegs, a Black Series figure, specifically a 6-inch scale figure. I've thought about printing it, but the issue that I have with this particular model is that the border is not inconsistent, but it's incongruent. Like the top padding, right, that at the top is incongruent with the lack of bottom padding, and it just, to me, that looks a little sloppy, and I'm not sure why they made the decision to do that, but those types of things are available. Maybe I'm just going to keep scrolling through the Thangs.com meta search to see if I can find something a little better. K2SO seems to be coming out okay, at least as far as everything is concerned. Nothing's fallen over, so I must have had the right brim. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Stream Elements, for that link to the Thangs.com referral. It's all legs, pretty much from here on up. She's got legs. Yeah, this K2SO is definitely going to stand a little more, a little taller than the other figures that this particular creator has made before. Sorry for asking again, but have you looked at Mosaic Palette 3? I have not. I don't even know what that is. I'm new to 3D printing. Old to Star Wars, but new to 3D printing. 8 colors into one. Oh, cool. That's pretty wild. Someone gave me the option that he wants me to pick up a 3D printer. I mentioned this in DB3D Dan's stream. He's local, and he's got a printer that he's just wanting to get rid of just to give it to me. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I'm not sure I would want it. But, like, if I picked it up, I would probably use it as a giveaway. But then I'm like, but then it would cost too much money to ship. Like, it would cost more. It would cost me more to manage it than it would be to just give it to somebody else. But I thought about picking it up and then, like, saying, all right, well, we can do a giveaway if the winner pays shipping and handling. Because I'm not big into paying too much shipping and handling for giveaways, especially like a 3D printer, a huge object. Huge. For Jedi, did it scale 250%? Builder's Mark says what? A flying butterfly. Huh. Okay. Huh. They did that like with a dragonfly. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, but really, Builder's Mark, don't it's trust me, we don't need any more 3D print stuff here. Trust me, just don't sweat it. Do not at all. Like, we don't need. I'm taking it step by step by step by step by step, bit by bit. We were absolutely, trust me, we will be overwhelmed at some point. Don't sweat it. You can sweat it all you want. Print as many of that stuff. Yeah, the problem is it's yeah. Are you quoting a lyric there, Liz? You're printing for young kids that have been staying at home for virtual school. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, we get out. We've been getting out. She goes to the park near every day now. Thank you, Anonymous, for that lightsaber. I think I ducked quickly enough. I think I missed it. Pretty sure it's not there. Okay, it's gone. New Kids on the Block? Yeah, well, at least I know what NK OTB is. Had the pink figurine. Chi-Town Deke, they turned out well. Like, the Stormtrooper model is great. This K2SO that I'm printing now, the Imperial security droid, was developed by the same guy. Although I'm looking... Okay, yeah. I was looking, I'm like, wait a minute, which part goes into what? I think I have all the pieces there. The only pieces of these particular models that I don't print are the guns. I don't print the weapons, because I don't know, I'm not much into that. The figurines are pretty cool. We'll see how well this one stands. Oh, freeze? Alright. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Well, giveth and you take it away. Well, of course I'm moving. I'm a human being. I'm not a statue. I sit still as long as I can. Doesn't mean I can sit precisely. I freeze. I don't say anything. So maybe I've got one of those auto keyboards here that automatically go and type on their own. It's possible. Or, that gives me an opportunity to catch up. Not ketchup, though. Ketchup, ugh. Do not like the flavor of ketchup. I need to learn red light, green light from kindergarten. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a fun game. I enjoyed that game. Sends Jedi into poking with a stick. Jedi's somewhere outside doing things. He's the only Twitch streamer who does not know how to freeze frame. Well, I'm probably the only one who does a freeze frame, to my credit. If you move GB out. Yeah, well, you know, what are you going to do? There are plenty of times that I don't move at all, but like when I've got like 34 notifications all begging for my attention, like, okay, wait. This is a good time. This is a good time. Sometimes, not all the time. You're banking on K2SO being reprogrammed to the very first episode of Andor. It'll be interesting if they do that, because Disney's already shown its willingness to basically throw canon out the window, as seen by, or evidenced by, as evidenced by the first episode of The Bad Batch. First? Yeah. They basically kind of reinvented Kanan's arc, at least in relation to the comics. So Andor, or Cassian Andor, it had a, I want to say Cassian Andor and K2SO, I think they had a very, like a 5-issue run, Marvel Comics. This was a few years ago. But I want to say that it walked through the same timeline, or that time frame. So I don't think they're going to basically take from that story and build upon it. I think they're basically just going to start from scratch, at which point I kind of question what Marvel is doing with the comics and what Disney is doing with the comics, because to this point a lot of that reading material has been considered canon. And it's not that, you know, I get all uppity like, oh, it's canon, it's Legends, but at the same time, it gives us a common frame of reference, so that we're having a conversation about a character, we both understand where that character came from, the stories around them, etc., etc. But if Andor, the Cassian Andor series with K2SO, if it also, crap, dude, if they take creative license with that story and kind of stretch it a bit, you know, it'll almost make me wonder if there's like a motion picture, or, you know, a film, TV show canon and book canon. Like it's already been confusing, but I know that Marvel's done the same thing even with its, you know, the MCU, right? Where the story as it's played out in the comics, which were considered canon, did not necessarily play out the same way in film, and potentially even in episodic, you know, quote unquote television content. Yeah, I'm with you, CSOM. Who cares about canon? Let's just get creative, it'd be more fun. Yeah, but at the same time, it's having that mutual understanding to be able to have reasonable conversations and understanding characters and locations and plots and stories. And I just don't know how, given this Kanan revelation, it wasn't like a, you know, earth-shattering or anything like that, but it'll be interesting to see how they play that. I'm curious. I'm very curious about how they're going to play that out. Ethan's Dad 3D I saw earlier today, I think in DB3D Dan's stream, says that's a good looking print. K2SO with Ethan's brother's favorite character in that movie. K2SO was a great character, brought to life by Alan Tudyk, who's awesome in damn near everything he does. Like, K2SO was the only character in that entire film that I identified with, like, at all. You want to see an original Star Wars TV series with brand new characters that I've never seen before? Something original? Well, they kind of do that with The Mandalorian. Kind of. They didn't in Season 2, for sure. But for the most part, that's what that show has been. It's been a bunch of new characters and stories. See? Are you seeing the wobble? Did you see the wobble? I saw the wobble. This is where I get very concerned. Oh, man. This is where I get very concerned. Because I was like, that's really thin at the bottom. Well, at least if I have to redo the legs, I know I can. Without too many problems. They often combine characters for films. Audiences can only handle so many characters. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. That's true. The brim looks like it's holding. Yeah, the brim looks like it's holding. The problem that with K2SO's legs is that it's thin at the bottom, right? And that's not helping the that's not really helping the wobble up here, specifically when it's getting to this point in the print, and we're 94% the way through. So it's basically the pegs that it's printing now that'll be going into the holes. I will admit the both this and this would be causing me the most amount of concern with this particular print. Now, theoretically, it's not going to throw things off too much. Stop blowing on it. I'm not even close to blowing on it. Nozzle catching on curling filament. I know. And that's my concern. I don't know how this is going to go. I've had issues with this artist before and the built-in supports, but he says you got to print it this way. But as I also said, if these legs don't work, reprinting just the legs will be fine. I think it'll be a hell of a lot faster than that. Thank you, Zach Rutledge. Zach saves the day with 100 bits. Thank you so much for those cheers. Filament is catching on the top. Oh, I know what's going on, dude. I know very well what's going on. But I've also had similar issues with his other prints, and they've turned out just fine. So anyway, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Very appreciated. Oh yeah, and a shout out to Deviously Mango. Thank you, Liz. Sometimes I forget. I apologize. It was really cool. I was in Deviously Mango's stream the other morning. Sometimes he makes great background music when I'm drinking enough coffee, not too much. And he's got a new effect with like cats with the mouth on strawberries. I'm like, dude, that's kind of trippy. Yeah, like I said, I'm not too worried about this because I've had this particular modeler's figures. This same guy who does the Stormtroopers. You felt tense like it's your own print? Well, you know, it's kind of half the fun. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Okay, I'm mostly zoomed out all the way. I don't think I can bring that back too much further. Thank you, Liz. No caffeine. Oh, man. I don't need any more caffeine. No more caffeine for me, man. You're nervous about the legs? It bridged. I think they'll be okay. I expected them to bridge. Yeah, dude, I'm watching a 3D print job. Oh, yes, you are. I'm not too worried about it at this point. Like I said, in the beginning, the same thing happens with... you can't really see it down there, but like the same thing starts happening usually with his arms. The same kind of issue. But at this stage, they'll be just fine. And in fact, some of that is going to be some of that may very well be the built-in supports that he does. He basically makes models. He says just print them the way that they're oriented. I mean, you could do them, any which way. But like at some point, it would probably be fun to even do a 200% scale figure with his models, because they are pretty cool. Trackle64, good to see you, asks how's the Bad Batch going. It's going well. I have not watched the new episode yet. That is out, to my knowledge, is out now, and or it will be out within the next day. But what's interesting about the Bad Batch, I tweeted this. Someone had posted a link. Someone has basically taken the Bad Batch, the footage, done a new voiceover, and then set it to the music bed of the A-Team, right? You know, dun da da dun 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 dun, and it works so well. I'm like, oh my god. Oh man, it's good. It's good. If you want to see that, I posted it over on my Twitter, or retweeted it over there. So that's the easiest way. Yeah, there's that. Dun 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 dun. Now that song's in my head, stuck in my head. That's the problem, man. I think it's printing supports in between the legs, because those there's not going to be a lot of, because that's basically that bottom part of the torso there. These legs have to go in there somehow, so I don't know how that's going to work. So a lot of this must be just supports for the pegs on the legs, and this thing's going to be tall. My next concern is that it may not balance, because this torso is so thick. K2SO generally has an issue balancing. Episode 3 gets released tomorrow on Disney Plus. Yeah, that does not surprise me. Oh, you took the pop cat head and put it on a strawberry. Yeah, I've seen the cat head before. I just had not seen the strawberry, the pop cat strawberry. It was kind of like, okay. I just saw that. That's my sentiment. I just saw that. It was great. It was great. It was great. It was amazing. It was epic. It was wonderful. I am coming off my caffeine high slowly, so I may crash like in the middle of the stream. I may just get like really logy and go right onto the keyboard, especially during a freeze frame. Sometimes it's better just not to ask about what you see on the stream. Just roll with it. Yeah, that was my plan. Cat strawberries, so that's the thing. This is today's figure of the day. Figure of the day. It's the figure of the day. The figure of the day. Imperial Stormtrooper to complement the Mando that I opened yesterday, standing back there. This is the Galaxy of Adventures. The waves that we've not yet seen in stores anywhere. I kind of want to get another one of these, but I think do they come in a 2-pack? I think they come in a 2-pack. Blaster. Ah! I decapitated the Stormtrooper. That was almost too easy. Hang on. Let me get this. It's got a peg. Can I recapitate him? There we go. Okay, he's been recapitated. It's a little concerned. You should get a poll if Chris breaks a leg while assembling. Yes. Wouldn't that be a prediction, though? I haven't had too many problems with this guy's models. This is a fantastic Stormtrooper. Also has the action with the arms, like the Mando that I was showing y'all yesterday, when Pan Fred Nudo was here, because he wanted to see it. This is the Imperial Stormtrooper Galaxy of Adventure style. Very nice. My hope is that, some kid buys a few of them and then abandons them, and mommy or daddy take them to thrift so that I can get them super cheap, because now I want to army build these things. Really nice. Really nice. Very okay. You can, back here, you can stand right next to the Mandalorian Din Djarin. Ah, yes, masks. This is the weird thing, right? So now we're not going to know who's vaccinated and who's not vaccinated, because the chances, if you're not vaccinated, you probably didn't think that masks were going to help all that much, and now you're not going to wear masks even if you're not vaccinated. So it's just going to turn into a mess. You know, here's what I think about the whole mask situation. I was not sick last year, not once. Not even a simple cold. Wasn't sick at all. And I attribute that not to not going out, because I definitely went out. I mixed and mingled and I did my normal stuff. But I attribute that to people wearing masks. So, color me a fan of that if it means I don't get sick as much every year. Be very, very happy if I did not get sick as much. A10 Pilot asks, have I ever still play arcade games at all? I do. I have an arcade cabinet here in my office. Someone asked a few minutes ago about any new Star Wars games on the horizon. Nothing that I think has been announced, but I'm pretty sure more is coming. Absolutely. But yeah, I enjoy arcade games greatly. The coin-op stuff. Stuff I grew up with. The arcade. I love it. Love it. Fun, easy, simple, straightforward. Love the arcade games. Love them. They're retro. I guess I'm retro. 2020 was the only year that didn't get a cold flu. Pretty much, yeah. That was me. You just got a Neo Geo Goldie cab. Very excited. Mine is it is a MAME cabinet, so it's a MAME machine, so I can pretty much pull up any ROM that I have and play it. It's been a while since I did anything like that on stream. And what you know, now that we've done retro weekends, what may end up happening is I do, like, Saturday might be fun cereal and watching some old retro stuff. You know, the arcade machine, maybe I fire it up on Sundays. I don't know. I haven't decided how all that's gonna go. The problem is that it takes a little bit of rejiggering. It's not as straightforward as you would as straightforward as I would want it to be, because it takes a lot of equipment to manage all that stuff, and it's not simple. I've basically engineered my play shop into a studio of sorts, and this works. Like, this environment works. At some point, you know, especially as I get a little more invested in, like, playing some of the newer titles that are out there, I may just throw the ROMs onto a PC and figure out that workflow. So instead of playing at the cabinet, I would be able to have a situation where I'd just be able to turn around to the secondary monitor and play there. So I just don't like rejiggering things. I don't like leaving things out if they don't need to be out, and I hate that state of flux. I hate being mid-project on anything. It's not something that I enjoy. I don't enjoy being mid-project. Not a fan of being mid-project. At all. Not brushing teeth leaves you more likely to dental issues. Not just my teeth are white. Well, yes. I believe that. You have fun Star Wars masks? Yeah, I have my Darth Vader mask, which is awesome. V-Man on the V-Man forums. What is it? I've never heard of V-Man. Did a PC retro ROM build. Oh, nice. I have many of the old ROMs. Yeah. We're at 99%, so it's about done. Like I said, I think the bottom part was just the beginning. I think those are just going to be the supports, because there are definitely round holes in the base of the K2SO there. And for the most part, I'd say that everything's probably going to be cool pretty quickly here. We were talking about people saying they don't need to brush their teeth because they're wearing a mask and no one will see them. Oh, yeah, well. A little bit of toxic breath might change that. Like I said, I'm not sure how long the stream's gonna go here. But my next plan is to print a Stormtrooper in this filament color. A gray Stormtrooper, kind of like a Shadow Trooper of sorts. Still a little warm. It's like I want to keep. I want to take it off. I really do, because I want to get the Stormtrooper started, but I'll give it another minute. See, I don't think I'm going to have a problem. I mean, I'm half vaccinated, right? And I don't think I'm going to have too much of a problem continuing to wear that mask. It won't necessarily protect me as much, so it's kind of like a false sense of security. So I'm not sure how long that's going to go. But I kind of wish that, okay, from the month of October through February, everyone's got to wear a mask. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I know there are some people who wouldn't, but, you know, those are the people who don't care who else they get sick. So we're in that situation. Yeah. I'm still 100% pro mask as well, RC Maniac. I'm with you there. It doesn't bother me that much. I mean, I wear glasses. And it really doesn't bother me too much. I've been largely okay with it. There have been times, certainly, but I've pretty much worn a Darth Vader mask since I got it. Okay, let's take off that prime line. I'm going to start the Stormtrooper. This is not going to finish during the broadcast, but did that, Pink Trooper. Okay, Stormtrooper printing. It's going to take several hours, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's go ahead and flip over to this view. I don't have any supports really, so I'm not needing that, I don't think. It's the figure of the day. Yep, that was supports. Like I said, I'd rather have too much brim than not enough. And that worked. That worked out nicely. Yeah, Eric, I think it turned out very well. And again, it is good to see you. Glad you're here. I know everyone's lives get busy, but if you ever need me, you know where to find me every night at 6 p.m. Even on days where I have an overcaffeination. I am serious, though. I'm still looking for more Star Wars things to print that I may not have realized are out there. I'm going to break that apart because there's no point. Yeah, see, it printed. That's the support the artist created. Working remotely for a company out of the Bay Area. Oh, very, very nice. Very nice. Oh, it's nice. I need to update my Aurebesh to that. And the countdown, even though it's not really something we're going to see all the way through. I want to say it's like 3 hours, so. I don't know if I'm going to be sticking around that long, people. There's a little bit of stuff there, but the hardest part of managing these figures is getting the brim off. And I know I could probably go brimless, but I'm the guy who tends to over-support things. I gotta tell you, I've read some executive guy said, oh, people who work remotely aren't as engaged with their job. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, what is up with that? That's just annoying as hell that someone would say something like that. Dude, like, my whole career has been remote. My entire career. Yeah, the helmet turned out really nice. Let me put it this way. I may end up taking this guy's helmet sculpts and just print them out. Like, look at that K2SO. Look at that helmet. Like, that would be fun in a variety of colors. This particular helmet. I may end up putting a lot of his heads in one print and then print out the little helmets. I mean, granted, they're only made for their particular models, but still, it's kind of fun. Never doubt people to view. I like this. So everyone who works under me needs to be like me and do it like, yeah. You gotta do, you know, when that's your job. It's not a matter of wanting to do it your way. It's the matter of doing it the way that they want you to do it. That's a lesson I learned. Was not a fun lesson to learn. And Liz could probably tell you. I mean, there are times that, you know, when we were working together, there were certain ways they had to be done. But I always took the approach of like, hey, whatever, however, but as long as this gets done, we're good. I don't care how it gets done. I'm always looking for different efficiency tweaks. And I'm the kind of guy who'll say, all right, well, I'd rather try something and screw it up and fix it from there than perfect the process before you know what's going on. It does shock me that this particular the torso stayed in place. It really does. I was actually having a conversation about UX today with a colleague, and talking about how the Windows update, the Sun Valley update coming later this year, did not turn out well. You're gonna have some nice UX changes, and he was basically couldn't figure out why I was interested. I'm like, oh, because it's cleaning up Windows details he can't see. Is the argument I tend to get in with a lot of these types, the engineer types. And we've got some amount of what would you call it? Like dipping, sagging with supports here, or the lack of supports. I've got to like try to peel them away. Oh. Sorry, my audio may have cut out because I'm not directly in front of it. See if that works any better. Although, like I said, I would be rebooting everything, and I did. Dang, dude. There we go. Sometimes you just need the right tool for the job. One of your computers was used to develop the helicopter on Mars? Oh, that's wild. Pretty cool, dude. It's pretty amazing. I try to explain that stuff to Jedi now, and she doesn't understand. I'm like, you don't understand. We're on Mars, man. Alright, the arms. You have not updated Mobile Chrome since they put it in group tabs. You can turn that off, can't you? I thought you could. My favorite web browser on Android finally got the 64-bit update today. Brave. Brave is not my desktop browser, but it is my mobile browser. They turn it back on with every single update? Really? Isn't that like a flag you can toggle? Chrome is usually really good with flags. Oh, they changed which flags. Brave on desktop is basically Chrome minus Google stuff. Yeah, but I don't know. Chrome's UI on the desktop, it's especially on the Mac. I just do not like at all. Oh, I tell you what. In another year or so, I might consider Edge on the Mac. I'd consider it. Yeah, some cool stuff in there. Yeah, but the thing about Brave that I'm really not into either is that crypto crap. I'm like, oh, jeez. Every time someone's like, crypto, I'm like, oh, God. Okay. Even if the brim was thinner, I'd still be wrestling with this part of brim removal. It's not horrible. Edge is Chromium, but like they've made some speed tweaks, and they've also got some pretty cool features built in. Like they've got like a coupon thing, at least on Windows. Like it's built in. The fact that all this stuff is built in and just kind of works out of the box is like what makes it kind of neat. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's quite there on the Mac where I'd like it. A lot of people like it, but I'm like, I don't know. Safari is unfortunately changed for the worse in recent years on the Mac. Like it used to be it was my go-to, right? I was used to it, and now the perf is not. Believe it or not, I get better perf. I don't care about RAM and all that crap. I get better perf with Chrome on my Mac than, and I mean perf across the board, scrolling everything, better perf on Chrome than I do with Safari, you know, so yeah, there's that. You can't even get Safari on Windows. No, but you should be able to build WebKit for it, and basically Safari is WebKit. So, I mean, let me put it this way. I'm glad we're seeing some degree of information. Oh, I've got a freeze frame? I do. Okay. No, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. It's like, no, I don't. I don't even have a freeze frame here. Or do I? Woot! Thank you muchly. I assume something happened, although I can't see exactly because I've got my screen zoomed in differently here in this position. Messing with you. Thank you so much for those cheers. 100 bits, very appreciated messing with you. Thank you for messing with me. Now, one more arm. Okay, that's done. Hey, hang on, you're dreading a few second freeze frame? I'd be dreading a long freeze frame. For obvious reasons. Uh-oh. Great, there's a doorbell. Just what we needed to hear. There's a couple of boys who live in the neighborhood. One of them's like into electronic stuff, and the other one was talking about 3D printers, and he's designed files, but he doesn't have a 3D printer. I'm like, oh, really? That's pretty cool. Wish Jedi would hang out with them. Probably won't. We don't have any girl nerds in our neighborhood, unfortunately. That I know of. Although one girl likes Ahsoka. I even printed that thing, the Ahsoka out for her, but I went to give it to her, and I don't know if it was the color she didn't like, or what, but she's like, I'm okay. I'm like, alright, I'll give the Ahsoka to someone who wants it. My feelings aren't hurt. I'm gonna lose any sleep over it. Yeah, but you earn Perillo popcorn. You're here enough. You're not... You're earning it all the time. Woot!
Daily Pwn just resubscribed for 4 months.
Daily Pwn, thank you for resubscribing 4 months in a row. Outstanding! Unbelievable. Hopefully Ryan is doing well. I don't see him here, but Ryan, how you doing, buddy? You were in the hospital. What is it with y'all going to the hospital lately? I will say it. I was out trying to do errands, and that's when I had my panic attack earlier. They called paramedics. I was fine. My blood pressure was great. Shockingly enough, but I did not have to go to the hospital, so great. Doing okay, had a fight with diverticulitis. I was told that years ago that by eating as much popcorn as I do, I can get diverticulitis. Hey, congratulations, old curmudgeon. I hear you won a 3D printer. How the hell did that happen? It's pretty outstanding. Come on, y'all gotta be impressed the fact that I keep up with y'all. You gotta be impressed. Come on. You wish you could use popcorn? Alright, so now, popcorn thing was old thinking, no link, just an anatomy and fiber intake. Well, fair enough. What do they say about overcaffeination? Which is exactly what happened to me today. I got overcaffeinated. Oh man, I need to take that off. I've got a zit. These models tend to build zits. See if I got one over here. Not as bad. Okay, put that there. Ah! Alright. Now I have not needed to... There we go. I have not needed to melt these in recent prints, so I'm assuming I don't have to do that with these. I had to do it with other filament, but with the printed solid filament, this has generally been okay. Did it go in? I think it went in. Okay. We've got droid hips. We've got a K2SO here. Start of a K2SO. A really great K2SO. What do you think? Uh-oh. We have a raid train going on? Do we really? Alright, level 1. Not raid train. Hype train, level 1. Hype train. How are we going to do this? How's it going to work? How are you going to make it happen? What are we gonna do? How much popcorn do y'all want if we get to a level 5? If we get through a level 5 hype train, how much popcorn do y'all want? How much? Be reasonable. How much popcorn do you want? I'll let you set the number of popcorn as I complete this build. How much popcorn do you want here, folks? Giving you an option. This is probably very dangerous to give you the control. Oops, crap. Dang, dude. Getting this little thing in there is gonna be... This is gonna be tricky. Alright. I am gonna have to light this thing up. 90,000? Nah, I gotta be more than that. Alright, I'll give you 1,000,000 Perillo popcorn. How's that? Is that good? $1 million? Come on. $1 million? If we get through a level 5 hype train? So I try to get this thing on. Oh man, this is gonna be... Dude, did he change his formula on this? Cause dude, this is not... It's never been this tricky. Dang, dude. Okay. Get over here. There we go. Kind of. Come on. Get it. Come on. Oh, come on. Midnight Smith! 464 bits. Check that out. It seems like you might be the top cheerer tonight. Boy, oh boy. Oh, there we go. Finally got his head in. Dear God. Pezlit's coming in. Gifting subs, including to Skookum, Trooper, and Darth Smiles. Look at that. We're now 100% through level 1. Is that level 1 completed? On this hype train. Hype train, hype, hype. Hippity happity hype. As I complete the K2SO. Okay. Oh, wow. That worked out really well. Although his head kind of... It looks down and you can't pivot it up. I don't know if there's much flexibility with that, but still, very nice. Ooh, Liz helped push us through a level 2 into level 3. Here we are, level 3 Hype Train Krusty 3D coming with 128 bits. I got a stretch from Damon967. Oh, very nice. Meeting with a guy tomorrow morning for that 3D printed part you need. That's awesome. Shout out to Amish Ace. Shout out to Amish Ace. Just made affiliate. Just started streaming on Twitch. I think Zach Rutledge made that recommendation to Amish Ace. I'm not sure now. I've forgotten. But this K2SO came together really well. The head part, the neck part was probably the most challenging. But here we go. We've got an articulated K2SO right there. Move his arms. Boy, this is a really nice one. I might want to redo this one in a variety of other colors, just to have, other colors, but the neck swivels as well. We've got an Imperial insignia in both the arms. Really nice figure here. Really nice. Great scale, too. Nice filament from Printed Solid. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to print him in this particular color, this gray. But, he's high. He's very high. Level 3 Hype Train, 27% complete. Liz cheering an additional 11 bits. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that boost. DVC Mango asking if I'm going to paint it. No, I'm happy with the gray on K2SO. I understand he's more black or a dark gray. But quite honestly, since I had the gray filament on there, I'm like, well, can we see a gray K2SO? I'm almost out of black filament. That's another reason why I'm like, okay, what else can I do? And when I had the gray on there to do the Death Star tile as well as the Stormtrooper, I thought, well, I better do a K2SO. And now I'm happy to report that I'm going to be doing another K2SO. Absolutely. Another security droid, but with a different color. So that's the scale of K2SO. The man who designs these usually makes them this scale. So it's a little taller, but it's a security droid, so it is going to be taller. Like substantially taller. But it turned out really nice. Really, really, really nice. Thank you, Fix'em Dude, for giving out 2 Tier 1 community sub gifts. And look at Anonymous Gifter giving out 3 Tier 1 community sub gifts. Okay. Are we going to go for 2 million Perillo popcorn tonight? 2 million Perillo popcorn? Is that what we're going to go for? If we get through a level 5 hype train, we will go all the way and do 2 million Perillo popcorn. We're now at a level 4 hype train. 42% the way through. Level 4. We got to get through a level 5. And then 2 million Perillo popcorn go to everyone. Not just those who are participating directly in the hype train, but to everyone. Everyone who happens to be here. As I tilt the helmet down so that I can see exactly what I'm trying to read. Thank you so much, The Midnight Smith, for giving out 2 Tier 1 community sub gifts. It's kind of funny how all that works, but I really appreciate that. We are now almost back up to 500 subscribers in this channel because a lot of sub gifts happen, and we're hovering around that mark of 500 subs again, which is a very, very, very nice average to have, especially with the type of people who show up and participate just about every day. That's why I love this community that we're building, you know, especially when people need help or we want to talk about the day's events. You know, I don't know where we're going to take it from here, but certainly talking about what's on your mind, I think, is a part of what makes doing this worth doing every night, whether or not I'm under-caffeinated or over-caffeinated. Usually it's never under-caffeinated. It's always over-caffeinated, unfortunately. Krusty 3D coming in with an additional 128 bits. Thank you very much. Pez Liz, topping Krusty with 129 bits. And a unicorn emote just like that. 97% the way through, 98% the way through a level 4 hype train with about 3 minutes left to go. I think we're going to do it. I think we're there. I think, you know, David Randolph, the Deus Ex Machina, is not. He came in last night and like just dropped sub bombs. It was great, but see, we can do it. I think we can do it. I miss David. He would be very proud that his filament helped make this K2SO happen. This is a nice K2SO, dude. This is great. This is a great figure. This is like a figure you could like give. Like, the quality of this figure is easily giftable, right? This is really nice, especially for the people who love Rogue One. This is very, I mean, it may be a little fragile here at the smaller points, but as far as a sculpt is concerned, and this is at a 0.15 layer height, like, when I print these things, I would rather have a higher resolution, but No More 3 cheering 1,000 bits! Right after the Midnight Smith cheering 245 bits and Krusty 3D 64 bits. And that was after Liz's additional 11. Getting 42% the way through a level 5 hype train if we get all the way through. That's 2 million Perillo popcorn for everybody who's here. Everyone. Whether you're a fly on the wall, a mosquito on the wall, I'd say spider on the wall, but let's face it, that would not be great. On through level 5. Thank you, Anonymous Gifter, for, I don't know if it's the same Anonymous Gifter, but thank you for giving out 3 Tier 1 community sub gifts, pushing us to 92%, sorry, 93, with about 3 minutes and 33 seconds left to go. There's a lot of 3s there in this part. I was not expecting so many 3s. Swashin coming in with an additional 50. Swashin also someone that Matt, are you gonna be doing Twitch? Are you gonna be 3D printing? Are you gonna have 3D printing adventures on Twitch? Nah, is it gonna happen? Liz with an additional 30. Krusty 3D with an additional 11. Liz with an 11. Big Jano back, lurking while working out. Would that be lurking out? Is that a fair thing to say? 98% with a little less than 3 minutes left to go, I think we're there. We're like a mouse fart away. This close. This close. It's a mouse fart. Thank you for subscribing for 3 months with Prime, the Midnight Smith. I didn't know you could do that. You could subscribe for 3 months? I thought you could only do it 1 month at a time. That's great. Thank you, Krusty3D, for the 16. Ethan's Dad 3D, the maker of the... Oh, that was a freebie there. Ethan's Dad 3D for the 100 bits. Ethan's Dad 3D, the developer of EM3D, an iOS app that you can use to scan objects like your head that you can turn around and print. We have now successfully made it through 122% of a level 5 hype train. It was that fast. Painless, like ripping off a Band-Aid. Right? Unless, of course, you have a lot of hair on your arm or leg. I can't give you that many. I said 2 million. Okay, add points. All 2 million. Now, if you just showed up and you just got 2 million Perillo popcorn, you can thank everybody who participated in that hype train. You can thank everyone. Oh, there's a Benchy hype? Oh, that's funny. Is that your emote? That's great, Big Jano. That's great. That's amazing. That's funny. That exact amount? Oh my god. I think we'd blow up the system. Pretty sure we would blow up the system if that happened. Red Chris MS, thank you so much for capping it off there with 100 after Ethan's Dad 3D helping push us 122% the way through a level 5 hype train. And we still had like a minute to spare. What are we going to do with this extra minute? What are we... I could try to make armpit farts. Like, ow, 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 ow. I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I need bigger armpits. Oh, there we go. I kind of had it. I can't. Apparently, I can't cup my armpit well enough to make the fart sounds. Well, so much for using the spare minute in the level 5 hype train to do that. Oh, I got a freeze frame right in the middle of a hype train? Really? Is that... Thank you, Kai Guide, the Real Trey Hitman, for the 10 bits there. Unfreezing me, effectively. I can take off the hype helmet. We made it through level 5. Y'all got your points. I need to turn off that. Boop. There we go. I also need to do this. Oops. Bloop. There we go. I'm hearing all these plings. I'm trying to figure out where the hell the plings are coming from. What is going on? Oh, is it just catching up now? Oh, I see. The notifications are catching up. I'm like, what the heck? All right, by the way, the prediction completed. The legs did complete. They did not break.
No more 3 cheered X 1000.
That's how late it is. I was wondering where those notifications were. Because that happened like 10 minutes ago. Okay, never mind. We gotta wait for it to catch up. Thank you, Rad Nikki, for the 65 bits just there. And Scylla35 for subscribing for 3 months in a row. Boy, is Stream Elements broken or something? Did we kill Stream Elements? I think we broke it. I think the level 5 hype train was just too much. Too much hype. Oh, yes, colored purple, thank you. There you go, color purple. technology. I can probably guess what happened. What do you think happened? Because it, like... Is it caught up yet? Is it... No, there's the Midnight Smith. Everyone's getting the credit they deserve. Don't get me wrong. Is it done? Have we now cleared out the cache? We've only had one person mention the audio burp, but that would be complete. I did not break a leg. No, I typed in no. I keyed in no. There's no leg that was broken. The leg was just fine.
The Midnight Smith just resubscribed for 3 months. Yay.
Well, there you go. I almost... Oh, is it done? Fine. Is it... Are we caught up? Did we do it? For those systems, when stuff was donated sub, it got queued up in the back end, and once any network issue resolved itself, it's now clearing out the queue. Oh, fair enough. I think it's done. Okay. Whew. Boy, that was weird. We got a light red, going to red. Red. Red is there. Red is set. We have now redded. Gosh, here I was saying, I don't know, man. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to do a stream, and here I am doing a stream longer than I thought I would be able to. Kind of weird how that happens. Was not expecting it. But I'm doing okay. I feel like I'm okay right now. For right now. But I reserve the right that at any point during the this particular print that I'm like, all right, I'm starting to feel it. So just be forewarned. What is up with Odin Pops and Swashin both gambling all your points? You make me feel better. I suppose it's possible. No more 3. No, feel what? No, not the vaccine. No. My second one doesn't come in for another week or 2. No, I over-caffeinated this morning, and so I've kind of had that weird feeling all day, and most of it's gone, but I'm now kind of like a caffeine, it's like a caffeine crash. That's where I am. I'm having a caffeine crash. If that's a thing. Have I figured out what I'm getting Jedi's glasses from? Where? I think so. I'm waiting to hear back from the optometrist. They were supposed to send me the paperwork, and I thought they did, and then I looked again, and they didn't, so I'm going to have to get it again. So, yeah, no, Amishesh, you really didn't miss much. I just basically said I accidentally, and I don't know, I really still don't know how, over-caffeinated today. And so I could feel it. My body definitely was showing me that it had limitations. And this is something that you start to understand the older you get. Like, the fewer things you can do the same way. And my body cannot handle at this stage. And I hope it never gets to the point where I have to cut it out entirely. I'd rather have a shot of espresso every morning, and I'd be fine with it. I would enjoy the hell out of that one brief moment than not being able to have espresso at all. But odd seeing chat hit the video before you see it in chat. I know, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Today, Star Wars announced that Star Wars Celebration 2022, starting in Anaheim earlier. Indeed. Still not sure I'll be going, though. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm ready for those large-scale events yet. So anyway, I over-caffeinated, and my body did not do well, briefly, most of the day, and it wasn't until, like, the evening when I started to feel kind of normal again. I was almost, I was nauseated, by and large, throughout the day. Nauseated, like, sick to my stomach. And so I don't know if it was a bug. I don't know if it was over-caffeinated. My body was just not doing well today. That's all I'm going to say. Because that's all I know. Today I printed, since Spider 310X is asking, what am I printing today? I printed out the the port through which the photon torpedoes flew. This is the Death Star tile to go with my other Death Star tiles. I just finished up the print of the K2SO droid figure, which I love. I love this figure. I love printing out these types of figures. These are fun. It's like, why would you need a 3D printer? Why would you want one? Dude, I can print my own friggin' K2SO! Someone needs to take a screenshot of this and send it to Business, because he accidentally broke his. Granted, it was a Black Series figure, but like, hey man, you can print your own. Not exactly the same as Black Series, but still pretty cool. So I printed that, and right now I am printing off a similarly colored, as in gray, Stormtrooper to match the other stuff. Those two torpedoes turned the corner at the port rather sharply. They did, but Luke used the Force. So, old curmudgeon. You can be a curmudgeon about this, but magic. You know what I'm saying? Magic. Magic. Yeah, the Star Wars convention of some sort, the closest thing that I ever got to is Galaxar, and the problem is you can't really market a Star Wars event because then they get mad. They're like, it's our copyright, don't mess with it. So I had to make it general, which is not really something that I wanted to do, but I did it anyway. The event was successful. Galaxar was successful. I'd like to do it again at some point in the future. I don't know when, where, how, but I would very much look forward to doing that again. Very much. I think doing events are in my blood, doing those types of events, but getting there again is just going to take an awful lot. It takes time, money, resources, experience, it takes a laundry list of checklists and those items checked off in each particular list, and it's not as easy as some people make it look, but lots of extra time and extra levels of safety. Yeah, I'm so glad. That's one thing I'm glad I don't have to deal with is all the safety stuff around any kind of event. The closest that we had was way back when Gnome Decks, which is the first conference that I effectively was a part of, that I bankrolled, we created. Wasn't just me. Couldn't have done it alone. Absolutely not. We had it scheduled for September 13th and 14th, 2001. Well, then 9/11 happened. And there was a question of whether they were going to shut down the airports, what was going on. And ultimately we punted and we rescheduled for I want to say October that year? I can't remember when it was rescheduled for, but we did reschedule it. And Gnome Decks 1, I would say, went off without a hitch. We weren't sure what to expect back then because we'd never done anything like it before. But all things considered, it was good. It was a good event. Ran for 10 years. It ran its course. Some people wanted me to bring it back. I'm like, no. There was kind of a Gnome Decks 11, but I kind of wrote it out of canon. I'm like, it doesn't really count. We made money with it, but it was just a bad deal. We were effectively embedded within another event, and they put us in the basement. So no one knew we were down there, and they didn't direct people down there. There's no communication around it, and ultimately we got paid, so I didn't complain. I'm like, well, they paid us, so they paid us to produce it. But that was the last unofficial Gnome Decks. The last official Gnome Decks was 10. Anything beyond that was a shadow of its former self. So sorry, I had to get a little bit more brim off as I was feeling around his hand there. No hugs? What? It's not so much security and more mask, sanitizer, and distancing. Yeah, the hugging convention is really disappointed. But then again, I'm kind of glad. I'm so. I know some people are like, oh, I miss events, I miss this, and I'm like, I don't. Especially the bigger ones. I'm like, oh man, it's kind of like we got a reprieve which was great. We got a reprieve. So we're going to go back to normal, and I'm going to be the one saying, I wish we could go back to virtual events. Yeah, but I'm not a fan of travel. In general. I'm not. Oh, I can't wait to travel. I'm like, I can't wait not to travel. Hurry up and don't travel. That's... Dang, dude. I've definitely got some brim trim to get off here. You thought you got 2 million. You did. I gave it to you. I already did it. Oh, freeze frame. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Liz. I got it. I got it. Thank you, Builder's Mark. Really appreciate it. And I appreciate you. Right in the middle of cleaning my security droid. Boy, this turned out really nice. I gotta admit. Really nice. Some issue. I'm seeing some issues here, but nothing that's, you know, for what it is totally throwing me off. Really nice. It's a nice figure. Nice. Nice. Alright. What's the record for the long... Dude, we had one for like minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes. Like, it went on. I'm like, why is the freeze frame on right now? Because it was like winding down and everyone was lurking. I'm like, why is the freeze frame going? Why is it still going? Oops. Alright, K2. Very nice. You're gonna go back there, standing with the Mando. Boy, that K2SO is like same scale. That's a 5-inch. That's a 5-inch scale figure. That's right in line with that Imperial Stormtrooper. That's pretty darn impressive. That's really impressive, actually. I mean, it's not like super high quality stuff. I mean, I'd imagine you'd be able to make it better if it was like resin or something like that, but for what it is, that's pretty freaking spectacular. I've always been remote, so I'm not too worried about that. You can't post any pictures to Discord? Builder's Mark, you should. Do you have your Discord account connected to your Twitch account and vice versa, your Twitch account connected to Discord? Do that, and it should automatically synchronize your sub status. So that should not be a problem for you, Builder's Mark. Theoretically. Sorry, I'm kind of addicted to, I admit it, fangs. I know, they're my sponsor and everything, but I just love, like, for example, opening this Vader model in augmented reality, right? Seeing what the Vader model is going to look like on the desktop. They're just rolling this support out for Android, so some of the models may not be, like, working perfectly. But yeah, see, like that one that may have been a slight hiccup on. This is the one I definitely want to... There we go. Theoretically. To be able to see, like, a large Darth Vader in my space. I don't think I want... Well, or would I? Would I want to print a Darth Vader that large? Let's find out. So let's point it at the desk. Right next... Oh my god, that is huge. Okay, I need to, like, resize it there. There we go. Oh my god. I love that I can just drag him around here. Shrink him a bit. Oh, there we go. I can get the right scale for it. Boy. Would I want to print that Vader that big? See, I'm into the small ones, right? That's it. Almost like it's almost like a kind of a pop vinyl here. Oh, there we go. That's how you do it. You to rotate. You gotta in Android. You gotta tap the bars, the handlebars around it. Boy, AR. You know, there may come a point where it you know, I won't be impressed by it, but like AR is just has always been one of those things of like, oh man, that is so cool. That is a big friggin' Vader. I could probably print another one of those. I feel I could. Maybe not that big, but anyway, sorry. Doing the AR thang. And thangs. You can do that too. You can do it on your own. Oh! There's a new giveaway. Thangs is actually doing a giveaway. Look at that. Win a longer 3D printer or Amazon gift card. Interesting. Gift for mom, shopping spree for you. Alright, well. It's a TikTok, seemingly. Contest details. 3D printing nerd. Oh, here we go. So Joel over at the 3D printing nerd. Joel of. How would you say that? He's got details there, so here, let me paste it. Right there. Although, the problem with that is, I mean, that's his referral link. You may get a little bump. Give me a second. Looks like they got a contest of some kind. Take a screenshot there. OZ2HD asks if I ever get into Minecraft. Not really. I did, you know, try it, and I tend to get motion sick easily, and Jedi's played with it, but generally speaking, we have not gotten into it as deeply. She may get deeper and deeper into Minecraft. Is the timer right? Let's see. I think it is for the Stormtrooper. 2 hours and 25 minutes. Maybe it's a little off. But it's close. It's close enough. Because sometimes the printer overestimates time. And ultimately it's pretty darn close. Okay, got a Vader time. I just called to say I loathe you. I just called to say how much I do not care. I just called to say I loathe you, and I mean it from the bottom of my cold, cold heart. Brah, brah, brah. Brah, 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 brah. Brah, 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 da-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Brah, 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 brah. Hey, Seating Up. I was mentioning you earlier, too. Look, check out my K2SO that I printed. Thank you, Amashesh, for the posture check, sitting up straight. Start spreading the news. Dun, 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 dun. I'm K2SO. Dun, 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 dun. I want to be a part of it. Live stream, live stream. Oh, you were here, you saw. Okay, well, I'm just making sure. I'm making my own Star Wars figures now. Can't wait for Hasbro. I can, actually. Super high quality. Way higher quality. Okay. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Is there anything else I need to do in gray? Trooper was about the only one that I was thinking of. And thinking about moving on to another color, possibly a color I've done before, but like doing something else. An AT-AT. You know, there's that Fab 365 AT-AT I have not done yet. But the problem is I already have I have AT-ATs in that scale. So like I don't know. I mean I maybe. I don't know. Yeah, you get it, you too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's neat, but I'm like I've got like different AT-ATs of different scales, like even like larger ones too, right? Like it's you know, yes, I have Stormtrooper figures and K2SO figures, right? But not in different colors, right? And they're kind of cool, articulated and all that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like other people, like, oh yeah, do it. Like, but they may not have one. It's like, how many more Chewbacca's do I need? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was fun to print a Stormtrooper in a different color because that's kind of neat to have a trooper in a different color. The red, you know, I'm almost ready to go on to the red filament because then I can print different troopers and Vader in red, like, you know. So I'm leaning towards that as the next filament color. But yeah, I don't print mini helmets J Caterpillar. I'm not there. I know maybe time I can do them smaller. I like the smaller ones. But the bigger ones, I'm still not into. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking for a bit more inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's the Death Star tiles. Let's see here. We can. What's if we search for Sith over here on Thangs.com? What do we find? Only reason I printed the bunny mask was it was a request. Oh, fair enough. You'd think Ender 3's extruder driver just fried itself? Oh my god. Might buy a Prusa instead of replacing his motherboard. Oh, Bellum. You need to let Becky from Thangs know that, because she's, like, on the fence. Not sure which way she's going to go with it. Like, whether she's going Prusa or Ender. You could try printing the shield generator in gray. Yeah, that's true. Sith symbol. Sith astromech. Oh, that's kind of fun. Sorry again that the crop... Here, let me see if I can rearrange that. Give me a moment. I had it cropped in for something else, but there we go. That's good enough. Everything may be off-centered for other searches, but we'll be okay. Sith Infiltrator. Sith Acolyte Mask. Do I have a Beskar ingot? Ethan's Dad 3D, I printed one last week. It turned out really well. It had the Damascus design or Damascus pattern on it. I think I'm going to do another one because a set to build was like, oh, do one for me. And I'm like, oh yeah. Sith Empire Mask, KOTOR Sith Mask, Sith Trooper Helmet. That might be cool in red. But not, I mean, not at scale. Like something smaller. Empire logo magnet. Well, I don't really do a lot of the magnet stuff. tribute to Queen or the SW Sith Lords. Your choice. Oh! I know what this is. Oh. So wait. How would I do this? Can I... So is that like a complete cutout then? So it would be like a silhouette, like stencil? That won't work, I don't think. But that'd be pretty cool. I know exactly what this is. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But I'm not sure if that particular model would work. Star Wars logos. Those would be fun in red. Sith Lord, yeah, it looks like it's the same stencil there. Got some miniatures here. Holocron dice box. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, cool. Look at the symbols on the side. Oh, I see. So it's got two. So would it need to be printed with supports then? That's kind of a cool little... It doesn't even have to be a dice box. It's like just a container of sorts. Yeah, but you'd need to use new version, new logos, include Sith logo, Sith Eternal. Remove the deck portion, add logos for Rebels, Empire, Jedi, Sith. Haven't printed it yet, wanted to share. 50% scale is full with 2 sets of standard polyhedral dice. Yeah, but here's the thing. Literally the thing. Like, I'm looking... I can't really preview, but if you look at the symbols, it looks like they're jutting out to the point where that part may need supports. I see a lot of supports with this. I'm not sure I see the straightforward nature of it. Hey, Sith Lord Britt, someone was just mentioning that they're... I know, which printer did you have that you were having problems with? I know it wasn't a Prusa. Star Wars coasters. Oh, those look like fun. The CR10. Oh, that's the Creality. Getting used to these. I think I've printed these in different colors. I did the Jedi one. I did that one for Jedi. That was a fun one. A thermal detonator. I have not yet done a thermal detonator. 3D printers can get a certain amount of overhang without needing supports. Yeah, RC Maniac, I'm not sure this one would be able to get as far as I would want it to. Sith box. I'm always curious with these box things. So is that a case and a cover? Yeah, print 1/2 at 99% or 101%. So one goes in the other. It's kind of interesting. A Sith box. So many boxes exist. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, it could look good in gray. I think it could look good in red, too. I just don't have an immediate need for one. But that's something I gotta make a mental note for. I've already got a really good Sith Holocron, so I'm good there. Some of these files, I'm like, I don't think they're gonna work. Don't have a mini, but for some reason it popped into your head. Oh yeah, no, I like my mini. Do I have the link to the Star Wars bins Nick modeled on Twitter? No, I do not yet. That's another thing I want to do. In fact, I may end up doing that next with a neutral. Like, I may end up, instead of using a gray, I've got a silver, and I'm thinking about doing those in silver. I think those would be kind of neat, because I'm almost out of white. So I don't think I'd be able to do them in white as much as I'd want to do them in white. I'm low on my gold and silver right now. So I'm just kind of browsing fangs.com, getting some ideas. Razor Crest? I've got one. The Hot Wheels one is really nice. Multicolored Trooper? Don't know. Charger Cap. Jedi Holocron Cube. Krusty, if you want to post a link to that, is it public now? Are his containers public? I wasn't sure. Still have it, but cooled off now. I think it turned off right before stream this weekend for sure. Oh, thank you, Krusty. I'm not sure if I'm okay to share that, though. Maybe a Death Star turret? There's the mini Darth Vader. I did one of those. I did a Vader's Castle. Rolling bin caps. Luke's saber. Yeah, I'm still not into the saber thing. I mean, because I guess I have the sabers. We run out there. That was just a quick search for Sith. Can't justify the money at the moment. Oh, yeah. Well, if it's Star Wars, you know. But have you held a lightsaber? Yeah, I have. A good one, too. Jedi Mini Bob? What's this? Oh, very low poly. Ooh, the Jedi Tree. That might be kind of fun in brown. Tree of Wisdom. I have a few licensed lightsabers, like Black Series lightsabers, Force FX. I've got the Darth Vader one from Galaxy's Edge, which is really nice. Like, really nice. Jedi Banner. I've printed that one before. Jedi Buckles. Jedi Lord. So it looks like an ornament there. Jedi Order ears. Yeah, that's nice. The problem is my mini is too small to print the ears. When I measured it out, it's too tiny, which is a little a little depressing. But what is this? A Jedi Battle Guinea Pig? Okay. Jedi Temple Keys. What? Ooh. 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 I found something I want to print. Thank you, Thangs. My sponsor. I'm not just saying that because you're a sponsor. I'm going to be printing these. I'm printing these. Tomorrow, this is going to be the print. Now that we've browsed, this is going to be the print right here. Jedi Temple Key. This is what I'm saying. You cannot get these. These don't exist. Now they do. Oh my god, this is great. This is fan-frickin-tastic. And, even better, it's on Prusa. PrusaPrinters.org. Very nice. Sweet. So that was from a quick search on Fangs. Wow. See, but I love that. I love the fact that I was not searching for that thing in particular, that Fang in particular, and found it, and I'm like, I need that. I need that. Like, I didn't have that. I didn't know I needed it until now. Now I can't wait for tomorrow night. Assuming that I will be regularly caffeinated. Jedi Temple? What's this? What is that, like a stage of sorts? Oh, whoa. Whoa, dude. That's friggin' amazing. Oh, that could easily print without supports. Wow. Use enough info to support top layers, go slow on the spires. Wow, dude. Alright, thanks. Thank you very much. I got a twofer. I'm going to be printing out a Jedi Temple there. I kind of want to print it in gold. I don't have a lot of gold left. I hope I have enough filament. I don't know if I do. Dude, that is so cool. ATM-6. Oh, that's a model. Elite Praetorian Guard helmet. I didn't like the ethos of those. Those are ones I was kind of disappointed in. Communication device used by Finn. Comlink. So you're not going to print Solo Link you posted today on Discord. Did I see? If you're talking about the weapon, I'm not. If that's what you printed. 2 smooth-looking lightsaber stands. How many grams of filament does it state to print it? The printable Jedi? Let's find out. I'm not sure it says. I'll copy the link and post it in chat. I'm not sure. Thank you for the posture check, too, by the way. I really appreciate that. Yes, thank you, Stream Elements. I am using Fangs.com. Why did the wheat cross the road to get to the other silo? What? That was a bit of a stretch, Krusty. It's a bit of a stretch. Obi-Wan Kenobi bust. Yoda head. That's a pretty cool one, but... I love the... oh, a token from Canto Bite. That might be another good one to print in the goldish bronze. Oh man, Fangs.com is just on fire tonight. This is just from a simple meta search. This is great. Everyone else does the common stuff, and I'm like, no, 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 no. There's another comlink, Jedi Wrist comlink. And it looks low poly. I'm not sure if that's as interesting. Jedi wasn't impressed with the regular comlink either. I'm like, really? Really? You will? You like the weird things too, Sith Lord Brit? Yes. I like the fangs, the weird fangs too. The weirder the better. Like the things that you didn't know you needed until you see them. And it's like, you need that. I am keeping an eye on chat here too, by the way. That is not a Jedi holocron. What the hell that was, but... Oh, Han Solo and Carbonite. Oh, yes, the Lego Han Solo and Carbonite. Yes, yes, yes. Well, we already have one of those. Like a licensed version of that. I mean, yeah, I suppose if we wanted to print it larger and a different color. I'm not sure we're quite there yet. Maybe I'll take another look. Maybe Jedi will get a kick out of doing it in a different color if I do it in pink. The pink Carbonite. Remind me again, especially when you get to pink. I gotta start writing things down like, okay, when I get to the pink filament, this is the one I want to do. When I get to this filament, this is the one I want to do. Just the Jedi. You're a little chaffed from that wheat joke? Well. Oh, look at that! Look at what just showed up. Look at that. There's the search. Look at that. This is what you were talking about. This is what you linked to earlier. Oz, or is it OZ? OZ or Oz? Salacious Crumb low. Yeah, because I haven't done a Crumb yet. Although that looks like it's going to be a support nightmare. I love A-Wings. And look, you can download augmented reality. Look at that, just it's so cool. It's so cool that you can do that on things. Augmented reality stuff. Oof. There's more figures, the Leia figures. There's the Holocron dice box on this search. OZ is a spin-off of OS2. How about I just call you Warp? BD1 would be fun, but definitely more for resin. Yeah, that's look at that. I don't think that was FDM, dude. That's huge too. That's cool. That's really cool. This would be something I'd have to buy from somebody else. A skewed view 3D. Hang on, they say they're on Twitter. Let's find out. Twitter.com. Oh, the account does not exist. Okay, cool. Well, that's a lie. They no longer exist. That's sad. Oh, CNEP76, you heading out? Take care. The Jarek table. That's kind of cool. I mean, I've got a smaller licensed version of that, but that's still pretty friggin' cool. What do you think? It seems like it would... Ready if you use a miniature. V2 version has a wider base if your printer struggles with flat overhangs. Which I may have to do. Alright, I'm gonna copy that out, because, you know, the Jarek table might be kind of cool. Rebel's ring from The Last Jedi. Jedi doesn't really wear rings, though. Santa Yoda. So am I printing these pieces to build a larger model? No. Just random. Completely random. Like, oh, that'd be cool. Tomorrow I'm printing those Jedi Temple keys, though. Oh, shit. This... I must have uncoiled this thing too many times. Because it's been getting kind of stucky. Should I not work on the comlink that was discussed some weeks ago? Oh, yeah, that'd be great. I would love to see one released that doesn't require supports. I mean, but don't rush. It's not, there's nothing that's like, I need this now, but I think it would be something that a lot of people would get into. A lot. But it is anything I ask, like, it's low priority. There's nothing that's like, you know, timing wise. I'm not really seeing much here at the end of the list, so. Wow, I got 4 things that I'm definitely going to be printing. The Jedi Temple model, the Canto Bight chip, Jedi Temple keys, absolutely, and then the Dejarik table. In fact, I might... I don't know, what color is the Dejarik table in Star Wars? What is it, like a... Yeah, it's kind of like a silvery gray. I might do it in gray. I might do... okay, I've got the next couple days here. I guess I'm sticking with gray for the moment. Fine with that. I'm okay with that. Do I use CAD? Not so much. Gotta have it now. Well, I got the... or I have the... not the model that I'm looking for. I have the comlink. We did it. It was successful a while ago, but I had to use supports, you might remember. And I felt that a comlink like that could have been done without supports. I should use CAD. Oh, great. Great. I need to hint. No, I don't. I'm trying to like stair step into this. one moment at a time, one bit at a time. By the way, if I missed, I did. Shout out to Sith Lord Brit. Not sure if she's still here. Sorry, I was like knee deep in thangs. My thangs were deep on my knees. But shout out to Brit. Oh, Aziz Light. That's right. Okay, what do we got? Make a box with the Star Wars logo. Yeah, but that's been done. I gotta like figure out why. I have to like why, you know, like turquoise. Frick is. That's as turquoisey as it gets. You installed Fusion 360? Yeah, see, I'm Tinkercad. And I can tell you I'm Tinkercad, and the reason why is because I exist cross-platform. I just do. Today I used iOS, iPadOS, Windows, macOS, and Chrome OS. I used 5 operating systems today. 5. In the regular flow of the day. Like, just doing my thing. So, if it's software I have to install, apart from slicing, I have, like, my slicing machine, right? It's different. She's trying to get a computer working, was painting, so cosplay. Ah, fair enough. What it is, people of the internet, everything was monkey bananas. My body was monkey bananas today. I will say that. Oh, night. Oh, okay, great. Brit, you were here. You did catch the shout out, I think. I hope. So here's another shout out to Brit. Sith Lord Brit. I hope your woes will soon be behind you with the printing fun things that aren't fun when you run into the woes. 2 for you, Windows 10 and Linux. I kind of like, oh really? Thank you for the shout out, Krusty. I don't have many people who recommend me. Usually I'm just recommending everybody else here. Had a good stream today. Your mobile IRL gear is rocking it. Well, what do you stream, Monkey Bananas? I did not know you streamed. How did I not know this? What do you stream? Travel and outdoors. Oh, okay, well, that's... I'm out. Okay, at travel, outdoors, like actually going outside. You do that and live to tell the tale? That is literally Monkey Bananas to me. Like, I'm a little, I'm kind of blown away. I'm impressed that you would admit that to me, because now I'm going to make fun of you. Well, I love how you're kind of backtracking into this, right? It's travel and outdoors, but it's also about tech. I mean, like, I'm not losing all credibility here. But you kind of did. You said you went outside. That's a no-no. I don't know. By whose rules? I'm making it up as I go along. I mean, my body is still recovering from the over-caffeination, but I still feel just a little bit. Man, I don't know how I had too much of what I had. It was my regular coffee. Gonna have to go, man. And I've got like 3 more bags of what it is that I have right now, and I'm like, So hopefully I will figure out a new way of making coffee tomorrow that I will enjoy. That's not watered down. That tastes good still. But is like half. Or at least less. Leaving the basement for the bathroom doesn't count as outside. That's true. That is true. And thank you, Cranolade, for the posture check. Although I am already I'm sitting up straight. I'm sitting up as straight as I can. Believe it or not, I'm doing that. Ah, the fart emote. Well, I gave you a free fart earlier. No one had to pay to play the fart. I'd love to see someone try to have a tax write-off. You know, what are these for? What is it? What were these bits spent on? So it looks like someone would fart. Yes, my play shop is on the top floor. It is. This is where it has been. It has been. Krusty3D has the very exclusive Call for Help emote at a tier 3 sub, as well as the Tech TV emote. That's a tier 3. I should make a loyal, shouldn't I? But what? What could I do? What could I make loyal? Like a loyal. What emote would loyal get? Because he's been a very good friend of the stream. Everyone's friendly, but like loyal changes lives. Well, you know, honestly, let me qualify that. Every one of you changes lives. You do, by commenting, by interacting, by showing up, supporting in whatever way that you see fit. Loyal just happens to be very, very supportive of a lot of creators, and he's made a very, very, very deep and substantial impact on a lot of them. Sheriff Star with LM in the center. Loyal needs a full. Exhale. The joy of not being VIP or mod. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Stream Elements needs a sub. I don't even know if... no one gift Stream Elements a sub. I don't want to see you wasting your money, but can bots be subbed? I don't know if they can. I need to sub to myself. Yeah. Well, thank you, Chris, for subscribing. Amazing. It's amazing. To give you an idea of the tech involved, Monkey Bananas, he's worried now that I'm passing judgment. Because I am. Monkey, you're never going to live this down, dude. You outsider. You will forever be an outsider to me. Because that is indicative of what you've decided to do. You decided to be an outsider. To give you an idea of the tech involved, includes open source software to run the NVIDIA Jetson Nano. I don't even know what that is. Plus Linux server at home handling multiple other aspects. Well, that's pretty cool, dude. Monkey Bananas, that's really neat. I'm kind of interested in what you got there, buddy. Seriously. Like, for me, like, mobile would be like this. Whatever I've got in my hand, that's how I'm doing it. So it's like, less equipment, the better. It's taking a crap ton of work? Oh, I bet. Alright, let me check Discord. Messages, timeouts, badges. Badges? Badges! I don't see that it can be subbed. Interesting. Thank you, Jolly Roger Wilco. Roger Wilco, for following. Just now, Roger Wilco. Heard of Google making its own chips for its new phone. Yeah, Cranolade, that is true. I guess they're gonna start doing that with the next Pixel. I'm hoping that the next Pixel will be compelling. It's not that I am hating the Samsung experience, but I do absolutely miss the Pixel experience. So I don't know how the next Pixel is going to measure up. But if it's it may win me over. I don't know. There's a few things that I would want to be able to do with the next version of Android, or certainly on the Pixel, that I can do on the other phones. I may not have too many choices, but I could be fine with my current device for the next cycle. It's the question of whether or not the Pixel will have enough to offer me to be able to effectively kind of downgrade to it. The software experience would be fantastically better, but it would be a downgrade in so many other respects. Hey, Man Cave Hobbies, good to see you. Glad to see you. I was thinking, like, oh, I hope he's doing well. A souped-up version of Arduino. Yeah, I've seen the it's a leaked image, and it's not the Pixel 6 or the Pixel 6 Pro. It's like what it might look like. Yes, you're buying a 3D printer for the Jetson Nano. Oh, interesting. You heard the next Pixel is going to be an iPhone with a sticker on it? Oz says, plan on making a larger version of a vector robot. Fair enough. Hey, Nomi 3. Yeah, I mean, I missed the Pixel's camera for sure. Like, there's times that I'm like, it would have been a lot better. I don't miss the Pixel's speed outright. I miss the Pixel's straightforward software experience for the most part. And I say that because Samsung, you can mostly de-Samsungify and get to where you might want it. You may appreciate it, and I feel like I've been successful enough with it. I don't know. I don't know what would be compelling enough to push me back to the Pixel. I'm open. I'm like, yeah. It would have to have at least 120 FPS screen of refresh rate. That's a given. Cameras are, of course, a given with the Pixel. That's the number one reason I do it. But there's certain issues that I found with the lack of quality control and software and navigation in the Pixel that I would want to see mitigated in one way, shape, or form. Because for example, like, let me put it this way. Like, on my Android device, I don't have, like, any nav bar. You can turn it off. Like, you just hide it. So that's what I do. I'm like, I don't need it there. I don't need to be reminded of that crap. I know what I'm doing. Like, bam, 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 you know? So, that's one of the things that I'm hoping I can either do, or at least the way that they've managed the navigation on the Pixel, and Android specifically, will work better. iOS would need a radical reinvention for me to consider an iPhone. So it's not even, you can have like the iPhone's 10 billion times faster? Cool. Is it still iOS? Good to know. I'm out. You're ready? You have no idea about AI, 3D printing, or CAD, but you can do it? Yeah, if you believe you can do it. I knew nothing about anything a couple months ago, and I'm able to handle a lot of things on my own. For the most part. There are times that I get stuck. I'm like, I haven't seen this before. I haven't run into this before. What do I do? But that's the nice thing about having a supportive community and people that you can trust to help you with... God damn this drawer. Sorry. Language. Gosh darn this drawer. Keeps opening. So much for a family-friendly stream. Your bot knows what a wall is, kind of. Oh, fair enough. You know it'll always be iOS. I don't know. Put a magnetic on the back of the door. Actually, it's not too bad of an idea. I might consider that. You're making some awesome progress at AMD. Well, we're making even more awesome progress at Intel, Man Cave Hobbies. I don't know if you knew this. One more episode into Jupiter's Legacy. I'm not gonna say it's getting better, but I'm like, okay, I'm kind of going along with it. I'm going with the flow. Like, all right, things are starting to get established. Love your i9 in the winter. Fair enough. My PC, the one that runs the stream, my Intel Nook, is behind the desk. It's neither seen nor heard of. The benchmarks for 11th gen don't agree with you, Chris. Well, you know, but here's the thing, Mark. I'm not a benchmark chaser. I just, like, 2 minutes ago, I made kind of a flippant remark about the iPhone. Like I said, oh, the iPhone's 10 billion times faster. Is it still iOS? Benchmarks don't tell the whole story. And I've said that for years. Like, it's about the experience. Right? The overarching experience that you might get. And part of that experience isn't just told in a benchmark. Because what might work for you may not work for somebody else. And the interoperability with one set of hardware may not be the same as the interoperability of another set of hardware. I'm not a gamer. Hi.
How you feeling?
Fine. Better. I'm like, I was worried, but like the more the night goes on, it gets easier.
Kind of caffeine where you're on?
No, it's definitely, but I'm like, and I have to like do half. I think I can do popcorn though.
You can?
Yeah.
I was gonna come and ask you because I remember you said no popcorn.
I thought you were bringing the nuts.
Right, you
Hey, are you almost done with that hair back there?
can. Mm-hmm.
All right. I was like, because if not, you do it on the stream or something to.
Mm-hmm.
What about the birdhouse?
Just gonna decorate it.
Have you been rubbing your eyes?
I need to take my contacts.
Yeah.
I think I have like. I was trying to take off my.
People are gonna think,
When are my wipes coming in?
They're in today. I didn't get to do errands because I had my panic attack.
Did you tell him how you like gave me a panic attack? You know the last words you said to me was, "I'm going," and then click, you hung up. I was like, "You're going? What does that mean? You're going?" I was like, those are the last words he says to me, and then I start like thinking the worst of everything. That's what she said. I'm going.
Yeah,
Scared me.
they came fast. They came really fast because it was right around the corner. The fire station was right around the corner. I was fine.
And then I started having a panic attack, and then
Cascading panic
we
attack.
should
That's,
just share ride, do the share ride in ambulance.
oh my god.
That'd be cheaper.
No, we didn't. I wouldn't have needed an ambulance, but I looked tired because I had I over caffeinated inadvertently today. I'm telling this story like 40 times, but like, effectively I get Starbucks coffee, espresso blend. I usually get it at the store. Well, our grocery store had bigger bags, same blend, Starbucks, etc. Bigger bags, but they were on sale, so I grabbed a few, and then I just blended a bag and started that today. And I did my normal measurement in the AeroPress, right? Did everything normal, but it was fine. But then I quickly realized that something didn't feel right. I'm like, oh man. And then I wasn't sure what was going on, and it wasn't until after that I realized the only change that I had today was specifically more coffee, and I was over caffeinated. That's the bottom line is I was over caffeinated, and that kind of spurred on a panic attack. So, but I did warn. Sorry, I warned everybody in the stream. Like, in fact, the title may be like short Star Wars 3D printing stream tonight, because I said I may be going through a crash. So it could very well be that that's the case. I don't feel like I am, but there are times that I'll watch something, like a clip that one of y'all do, and I'm like, wow, I was really slow. I thought I was more energetic than I actually was. But yeah, so.
And you felt tingling in your
Well,
arm.
no, not in my arm. It wasn't like it wasn't shooting pain. It wasn't sharp pain. It was like today, like my pinky sometimes will go numb. There are times that I mean, not randomly, not like on a regular basis, but it was kind of tingly. I'm like, okay, well, I didn't think anything of it. But then one symptom on top of another, on top of another, on top of another, on top of another, and I'm like, oh great, like what is this? And then I really couldn't breathe because I was over. That's what happened when I get over caffeinated. I have difficulty breathing. Like it feels like I can't get enough air in my lungs. So I know what over caffeination feels like.
And it doesn't help that it's the same symptoms as a heart attack.
Virtually.
Panic attack. So then you could start thinking like,
Right.
Am I having a heart
Am I
attack?
having a, that's what I started doing, and I'm like, because I'm sitting there, I'm like,
Even
am I,
more.
and I told him, I said, yeah, I said, well, I think it's a panic attack, but I just want to be, I want to be sure, and she asked, do you want me to call a paramedic? I said, would you please?
But the thing is, like online.
And then I
it says-
called, and I said, I said, could you please talk to my wife? Because I couldn't,
No.
my head was just running.
Online it says wait 20 minutes. If it's a panic attack, it will start subsiding. But then I'm like, if
By
it's a
then,
heart
you're
attack-
dead.
I'm like, if it's a heart attack, if you wait 20 minutes,
You're
then
dead.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Hey,
And both descriptions had like, one was shortness of breath, the other one was can't catch your breath or like have trouble.
it's the same
catching
thing.
your breath.
It's effectively the same
Just
thing.
worded so
Because upstairs when I do my show, it's got to be, the air conditioner has to be on a certain temperature, otherwise I start sweating.
But your blood pressure was good, so that's
Oh yeah, like my heart was pounding. Like it was like, honestly, my heart rate was accelerated, but like, no. It was like, no. My heart rate was accelerated to like 130, maybe, or 128. I'm like, that doesn't seem that bad. I mean, it's accelerated, yeah, but like if it was like 140, I'd be like 150. Like, oh my god, how am I still alive? But I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound too bad. And then they took the blood pressure at the height of it, and they said like 128 over 79 or something like that. I mean, it was a little elevated, but not like outrageous. So banana needs to give you a smooth rub down. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, panic attack, caffeine overdose. And I don't know. I mean, it sounds a little more nefarious than it was, but yeah, I basically overdosed or had too much caffeine. overage. So tomorrow, my goal, I mean, I know where I usually measure, but I'm going to try to, like, have enough where I can taste the coffee. That's my goals. Like, and does it still taste good? Because apparently this is the way I'm going to need to do it for the next little while, or certainly while I have this batch. You don't drink it past 9 p.m. Oh, dude, I don't drink it past morning. Not anymore. It's like morning and that's it. But, like, even now, even 12 hours later, I still feel caffeinated. Like, I don't know, man. It was like, I basically feel like I had 2 cups today. And I have to stop. I normally stop at 1 at that measurement. So, like, my normal measurement was too much today. So I'm basically going to halve it tomorrow. Body's telling me not to drink coffee anymore. Oh, you hush, big fan. You need more coffee. You need coffee to sleep? Oh, I wish. Harold Pulcher. Good to see you. You can drink caffeine for about 6 hours from bed, still see light. You're so lucky. You have around 6 cups a day? Oh, I wish. Oh, I wish I could drink coffee with reckless abandon again. Oh, my God. Oh. I mean, I used to go from, like, 2 large cups a day with heavy whipping cream. Like, it was so good. So good. Oh, man, I loved coffee. And now I'm basically down to 1 very good cup of coffee a day. So as long as the coffee's good, as long as I can make it well and strike that balance, I'll be fine. Just watch, your body's going to tell you can't have popcorn anymore. Yeah, no doubt. See, to me, it's not just coffee, right? You can have watered down coffee and it's like, but like, it's got to be good. Like, that's the only way I want to drink it. Like, espresso, straight up. I can actually, like, for what? What? Yeah, I know. You were making sure I was still here? No, you had something pink in your hand. Oh. Mm. About?
No, when you told me that, and you were like, you said I'm going, like, I noticed that I disassociated. My body, everything just, like, sometimes, like, panic.
Well, imagine if I would have done this at home. Jedi would have freaked. Because I wouldn't have been able to process them. Like, I just need help right now.
Yeah, but the good news is everything seemed good. Like, your oxygen.
Oh, no, everything was, they put it on. My elevated heart rate was like 130, which to me doesn't sound all that elevated. Like 140 would be elevated, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like 130 is not bad.
I had 120 sitting one time.
Yeah, I mean, that's happened. I mean, I've had elevated heart rate just sitting down, but like in the middle of a panic attack, that did not surprise. With caffeine just like pumping through my veins, none of it was surprising. You have 3 spoonfuls of coffee per cup. No, that'd be too weak for me. I need a strong cup of coffee. And that's my biggest concern about making it tomorrow. I'm like, do I use the same amount of water and weaken it to see if I can get close to the flavor? And is that still too much? Or do I use less coffee and less water in tow? So it's like less, but it's less coffee, less caffeine, but stronger. And at that point, I'd probably just as easily flip to espresso, because I can take 4 shots of espresso and be fine. 4 shots, not a problem. 3 shots, not a problem. 5, too much. But like 3 to 4, I'm usually okay with. Espresso doesn't have as much caffeine. Many people think, oh, it's strong, therefore, I'm like, no, actually it isn't. It's just the opposite. So the lighter roasts, I tend to not be able to handle as well. You normally have a coffee before bedtime? Oh, man, I wish. Oh, I wish. Detox teas, 14 days. Nope. I like tea. There's certain teas that I like. Not all tea. Yeah, wow, this trooper's coming together nicely. I really like this filament. I like gray stuff, though. What about Mr. T? I pity the fool. I miss the Mr. T cereal. I wish they'd bring back, like, classic 80s cereals like that. Like C-3POs and Mr. T. I've got a cereal lined up for Saturday and a cereal lined up for Sunday. I still got those. Still looking forward to those. I can't have them every day. See, that's the thing. Is like, okay, if I set things up and work into a pattern, like I weighed myself today and 119, 120, exactly where I need to be. So I'm not overeating. I'm not undereating. I'm just eating. Of course, I kind of messed up my pattern today, but with the over-caffeination. I should probably, I should title that, edit stream info. Give me a second. Short Star Wars 3D printing stream tonight. Too much coffee. There we go. You have to meet up, Liz, drink coffee, watch old movies. Just do it online, dude. Just pop into Discord and, do a watch party or something. I got Diana, some energy drink. Like a 12-pack the other day. She seems to like it. She likes that caffeinated beverage crap, the ginseng and all that junk. I'm like, so you're 5'6". Me? I'm 5'5", basically 5'5" across the board. Me. That's as tall as I'm ever gonna get. I am an appropriate weight for my height. Many people don't say that or think that. They're like, "Oh my God, you lost too much weight." I'm like, actually, I'm right where I need. I've never been better in my entire friggin' life. It's just that every time you saw me, I had way more meat on my bones. Because my normal, you're 6'7"? Oh man, no. That's probably why you can handle coffee. You got a bigger body to support. I'm not. I'm slightly taller than Bruno Mars. Did not know that. 5'5" across the board. That and way more hair. You? Me. Me? Not if I cut it. Imagine Man Cave Hobbies beside Chris Pearl. Well, we're going to have to figure out how to do some kind of 3D printing geekery event out here in Seattle, aren't we? Thank you, Captain Donald, for redeeming Stretch. Chris is short but surprisingly strong. What does that mean? I'm not offended. I'm just like, what? I don't think myself as strong. Oh, I've carried luggage several times. Oh, yes. Oh, if that's the case. Yeah, well, we if and when we get back to some kind of sense of normalcy, my feeling is if I were to do an event, it would be in the 3D printing world, and this probably, not just 3D printing, because those events exist, but specifically for people who do 3D printing online. So the Joels and the Barnacules Nerdgasms, although he doesn't really do it anymore, or the Repcords, or the Chris Perillos, or the I'm blanking right now, but Sith Lord Brits, right? The people who stream, so a chance for people who stream 3D printing activities to get together, but also our respective communities. I think that would be kind of cool. I think that would be I think that would be different. I'd have to do a lot more surveying, and I don't think we're going to be needing to have an event anytime soon. But I don't know. What do you think? I think that would work. That's a good idea. I think. I know we'd be able to find sponsors for it. So, you just got your Mini Plus on Monday. So fracking cool. All right, Captain Donald. What's the first thing you printed? What's the first thing? Have you done it? That's kind of Murph, at least for 3D printing. I'm not talking for 3D printing. Yes, PNW event, but let me help. Fine, Liz. Fine. No. It's not just 3D printing. It's specifically around the people who create content around 3D printing. So the people like me. Not a 3D printing event, but a 3D printing creator event or streamer event. Sith Lord Brits. The Nut and the Bolt. That's what I did. the Joel Tellings, right? Specifically the people who create content around 3D printing, whether it's education or fun or hanging out or chat, you know, like the streamers who people who create content and stream and are creators, like content creators, but the intersection is 3D printing. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me it would be, if I had a place in that space, that would be very, 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 very focused. Because think about that. Like, you'd go and you'd find out all these people who are also doing similar things. Your community has a chance to grow. Your community has a chance to meet each other. Like, I think it would work. First thing you printed was a bunny flower pot for your mom. Slightly Mother's Day present. Came out amazing. You're learning to use Fusion 360. Nice, Captain Donald. I haven't done too much of that part. I would be using Tinkercad, though. As soon as I can figure out, oh, I would like to do this, and I can't find it, that's when I start venturing down the path of trying to design it. I'm just not there yet. I'm not there. I'm kind of taking things slow. Be awesome, Matt? You think so, Man Cave Hobbies? I think it would be great. I'd have to ask a lot more questions. And we're not... I don't think I would do an event this year. Next year, it would be possible. Let's see how we get through winter with this happening. Does 3D printing of a running Mars rover looking robot count? Yeah, no, I mean, the idea would be that it'd be like Vlogger Fair. So Vlogger Fair was basically come and meet your favorite, vloggers. Well, this would be more like come and have a chance to learn and meet the people that you watch streaming. But, like, there would probably have to be an educational component, too, to help people who want to get into 3D printing and streaming or creating content. So it'd be as much education, but specifically focused on the creator aspect of things, and then the crossover of community would be just blatantly obvious. But it would be creator focused. It'd be more for, building an event for the people that I would consider a contemporary. Like, I consider like this community as, I mean, we're geeks and nerds and we're doing the same things, but like people like Joel would be like a colleague or a contemporary in the sense that he does streaming and he's talking about 3D printing. He does it differently, right? He's got his own thing. Or like I mean, Britt would be another example, right? She streams on Twitch, but then she's also like 3D printing and she's discovering things. That would be more like, it's a different kind of parallel. And so if I were to do an event, the offshoot of bringing the creators together is that we would also be able to better interconnect our communities. And so there would be a chance to kind of grow, like, simultaneously. So that might be fun. Printed the little dog, not from the SD. Sliced it yourself using a teaching tech profile. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it would look yet, but I do feel like it would be very targeted, and I do feel that sponsors would not be a problem. I feel that strongly. But we're not there. It would be a creator community kind of event. Yeah, it like what we try to do with Vlogger Fair. Lessons learned, right? But like that. Vlogger Fair was almost probably too unwieldy, but it was good for the time. Well, let me put it this way: AMD would sponsor me. Man Cave Hobbies, I honestly, if I was not managing the sponsorships, it's like I'd have to report everything. Like, this is what we plan on doing. This is this and this and this. Intel sponsored the first Vlogger Fair. Had it not been for Intel, I would have taken a bath. I don't think there would have been a second Vlogger Fair. Like, that was tough. Krusty might arrange a taco sponsor. Very nice. Yeah, I'm not sure how we carve up responsibilities. I would like to try to find a dedicated person to help with the wrangling the sponsors, though, that's for sure. Because that takes a certain kind of mindset. A really certain kind of mindset. that we always kind of fell short on, because I as much as I can line things up, and with BizDev, I'm not sure if that I'm going to have the bandwidth for it. And that would definitely be something to better tackle. Oh yeah, Liz would be in. Like, she ran Vlogger Fair, pretty much the third and fourth. Did we do a 5? I can't even remember if that was a thing. I've lost count. But you need see, that's the thing, is in order to fulfill your roles, you need different people. You can't do everything on your own. You can't be everything. Second, third, and fourth. That was it. Yeah, the second one needs to be a place accessible via public transit. Well, it would probably be in Seattle. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, that wouldn't be a problem. There shouldn't. There are a lot of the things. The thing about doing events is that you've got it. Like I mentioned an hour or so ago, you've got a lot of check marks that you got to, like, okay, is this a good idea? Do you have your top participants? Is there a viable sponsor that's ready to basically support some initial costs? You know, who's managing this? How is this being done? What's the ticket cost? What's the venue? What, you know, you've got to take care of a lot of the small things. Who's arranging travel for the people who are coming in, right? You know, like, how is that getting paid for? Who's managing those invoices? I mean, there's just you cannot even imagine. It shocks me. It shocks me that I can't say that everything we did was profitable, but we didn't lose money. So, you know, every time it was like, oh God, do we want to do this again? You need people. You need not just people. You need bodies. You need the right people. For Gnomedex 10, that was the last Gnomedex I did. I never had more volunteers for Gnomedex in my entire life, and it was such a mess because the people were just bodies. Like no one was doing. There are people who were doing the things that they were expected to do, but with that many people, responsibilities got lost and balls got dropped. And it was no one's fault. It was just that there was not enough. There were, sometimes, like, when there's just 5 people in the room, you got accountability. But when there are 20 people in the room, there's less accountability because there are more people and there are more heads like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to. So, yeah. We screen volunteers for VF events. Yeah, you kind of needed to. Because, like, don't just be a body. Like, you've got to be. And it doesn't even matter if you're interested, in the subject matter. Like, can you do the thing that needs to be done? And I'm not big into hand-holding either. Like, is this something that you can do? This is something you're going to be willing to do, because it just the time that it takes to do something versus, oh, forget it, move, I'll do it myself. You waste a lot of time. And events they're in my blood. I do feel that. It's been a while. I do want to do another Galaxar before I die. I think Galaxar could take me into retirement, or do it. I would do it in retirement. But the challenge with Galaxar, it was the costs. Couldn't figure it out. Location, couldn't figure it out. Too many variables that weren't nailed down. Too many questions. Way too many questions. Because that's the thing, is, like, it's my bank account. I have to bankroll it, right? So, like, ain't cheap. But, if you do it enough times, theoretically, by the third one, you should know whether or not you've got something. And Vlogger Fair kind of started to find its footing, but it was still too loosey-goosey. It was way too loosey-goosey. That's nobody's fault. It's just that I, for an audience, had a different audience than the other people who were invited as participants. And even in trying to pivot to more of an educational stance, there just wasn't enough program direction to help make that happen. So for something like this, you would need basically a program chair, someone who understands 3D printing, the 3D printing community, someone who's potentially a 3D printer themselves, someone who's done events before, someone who understands streamers. Like, there's certain things that they would need, because they would be able to build out an effective program versus everyone going, oh. So that's that's a variable that needs to be nailed down to mitigate the chance of something happening like that would be a colossal like meltdown. Like, well, this didn't make any sense. But the vlogger industry was too fame focused, totally turned you off too. No VIP bullcrap. Yeah, well, the problem was is that my community, my audience, was just a radical disconnect from Charles Trippies or, you know, whoever's that were out there, Jared and Ellie, or, you know, Cullen and Katie, and, you know, any of the ones that became, you know, staples. But it's like, it turned into, this isn't bad, but it was like a party for them. I'm like, but I gotta foot the bill, and I'm like, it works kind of, but there's nothing that's cohesive. There's no cohesive tissue here. It's a question of like, why am I doing this? And so it was like, all right, well, let's try to help creators. How can we help creators differently? And it would have worked. I feel that the direction of Vlogger Fair would have worked if we had a specific sponsor on board that said that they were on board, but they really weren't. So it petered out. I'm like, all right, that's it. Done. It's not worth fighting for. It ran its course. It was a thing. Happy to be a part of it. I'm good. And it's time to try something new. So by event 3, you should have a pretty good feeling as to whether or not it could happen again. And having done Gnome decks for 10 years, 3 was good. 3 was a really good one. 4 should never have happened. And 4 was a great one, because 4 is where we had Steve Wozniak keynote, and Will Wheaton keynoted Gnome Decks 4 in Tahoe. It was a comedy of errors. 5, Gnome Decks 5 and 6 was those were the years that Gnome Decks had presence. It's where it took hold, and with more direction, it could have done a lot better than it did. With better help, it could have done a lot better than it did. With more refinement, it could have done a lot better than it did. But when one person is effectively responsible for things that he should not be responsible for, that's when things fall apart. So, yeah. Back in a bit, unless you raid. Oh, fair enough, RC Maniac. I'm not sure. It's about 9 o'clock. Diana has not yet made the popcorn. I'm still going okay. I was going off on that. That wasn't really a rant. It was like me talking about events. I'm not gonna start. I don't want to start thinking about it, because then it'll just like dominate my head, and then I'm like, oh man, do I really want to do this again? I need to learn a lot more. I feel. So, are we raiding Chris Pirillo tonight? Are we? I don't think we're gonna raid that Chris Pirillo guy. He's kind of creepy, dude. You ever like tuned into one of his streams, Chris Pirillo? All he does is talk about friggin' Star Wars. That's it. Literally nothing else. He doesn't engage with chat. He doesn't have, you know, he's really stingy with giving away points. He's sarcastic. Who are we doing? Oh, Handplant! Handplant's live. I wanted to raid her. And she's great. I just became this is who we're raiding tomorrow. Tonight, Handplant. I wanted to, like, I started following her the other night. I think she was a kind of a suggestion or a raid. She's a Star Wars nerd, which I love. She's got a Twi'lek, like drawing on her like overlay. Dio, she's building the Millennium Falcon. So she's into Lego, she's into Star Wars. Like, This is awesome. This is just too cool. She's doing bag 6 tonight. So Hand Plant is who we're going to be following here. Hand Plant. I just think it's great. So should we raid her? Are we about ready? We've got, yeah, because otherwise it'd be about an hour left to go, unless there's any other questions, any other things y'all want to cover with me tonight. Oh, Captain Donald, hang on, Captain Donald. Hang on, let's give you some points. You need them. Because you only have that many. All right, here, because you weren't around earlier. You get it. There's a million. There you go. You'll skip the raid. It's 80s night. Oh, fair enough, Krusty. Fair enough. 80s night over at Kobalax. Yeah, I like raiding new people, and she was really cool and really interactive the other night. Star Wars nerd, so, like, if it's Star Wars, I'm in. You know, a new 3D printing person that interacts, I'm in. Lego, usually an easy win for me. No, I haven't needed to pee while I sneeze for a while. I'm happy there. But I will be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'll be back again tomorrow, and I'll stop singing tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with my overcaffeinated body tonight, everybody. Is Kobalax on the Twitch team? I don't know if I'd consider them in the same realm. I mean, they're music DJ. I mean, they do interact, which is great. But, like, I would be more inclined to invite Human Juke 81 that Krusty recommended, actually. Chris will sleep well tonight, yeah, for sure. You can be on multiple teams. So, Krusty, you can be on team. You can be on mini teams. You can be. You have to choose a primary team, otherwise the team doesn't necessarily show up, so we definitely have to, like, ask people or remind people, like, Buana, he's on a Corsair team. I'm like, just, you know, every so often, maybe when you're just doing a dedicated 3D printing stream, just use Locker Gnome as the default team for then, and then flip it back. So, I wouldn't consider Kobalax as Kobe as that type of team member. You know, nerdy and geeky, yeah, they're there. But a lot of what they do is DJing, which is cool, totally cool. It's just it would be a stretch. Like, I'm looking for, like, nerds and geeks who are interactive, very, like, heavily interactive, and they're usually doing something. So, like, Sharp Balloons, right? We invited her, although I'm not quite sure if that connection's gonna get made. But she's still awesome, and you should absolutely follow her because she does amazing streams. She may even be streaming right now. But Human Juke 81 creates dynamic. He interacts. He's nerdy and geeky. But he creates. Like, he makes something new every time he sits down at the keyboard. So, yeah, I've been meaning to ask him if he wanted to join the team because he's a nerd and a geek and he's really kind of cool. And he's creating, he's creative in that capacity. But just chat, like Lego streamers, like Set to Build, yes. Like if you're a Lego streamer because you're building, but you're also interacting, Lego toys, yes. And so I'm like looking for people who do the toy thing on Twitch. I'm like, hey, do you want to be a part of the team? There just aren't a lot that I can find outright. So, yeah, that's that. So here's who we're rating. Hand Plant. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for joining me over on Discord, if only to get announcements or, you know, post things or stay up to date. You know, I also, you know, send out notifications or at least attempt to when I'm doing something. I try to keep that minimal or only related to when I'm doing a stream. You also, if you're on Discord and you're online, if you're here, you basically get notifications here of anybody on the Locker Gnome team who happens to be streaming. So it's a great way of finding out some of the favorites that you might have. People that you know, like Panfred Nudo, or Sith Lord Brit, or Same Old Shane, or Bizness, or DB3D Dan, or Buana, or Livin' La Vida Yoko. I'm just scrolling back through that list. That you'll get a notification saying, hey, you know, they're streaming now. If you're online on Discord, that doesn't tag everybody, because otherwise that would be a lot of notifications, and I don't want to get to the point where we're having to turn that off. So we're going to be rating a Lego streamer, Geek Person, who's awesome. Just started following her the other day. Really, I'm kind of excited to see this happen. Thank you for following me. Thank you for subscribing if you did. Thank you for being a part of the level 5 raid, hype train. I was reading the word raid and I accidentally said the wrong thing. Okay, so gonna start that raid here. I got it queued, got it loaded up. She's gonna freak out. She's gonna freak out. I love doing this. This is like, seriously, as much as I love hanging out with y'all, I do. I'll be back again tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Perfectly caffeinated. Not decaffeinated. I count on my sleep to decaffeinate me tonight. Favorite part of the stream is the raid. Absolutely. Even if you don't stay for that raid, you know, say hello to them. Get your Tusken Raider emotes ready. Perillo Raider. She's going to love that too. Oh, she's going to love this. I love raiding other Star Wars fans because they get it. They get it. They totally get it. They get it. And we're going to Tusken Raid Hand Plant. See you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. I love you. I appreciate you. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices, and may the Force be with you always. Now, let's Tusken Raid Hand Plant in 3, 2, 1. Tusken Raid.
But I definitely am weird about my spelling in letters, because it doesn't take much.
Wait until she sees.
To just like look it up on your phone and be like, is this spelling correct on this? And you just kind of double check it, or is this the right word I'm looking for? But sometimes
Look at the screen.
Whoa! Oh my goodness! We've got Chris Prillo raid. Oh, we've got some raiders coming in, some Tusken Raiders.
Yes, she got it.
That's a beautiful.
I knew it.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I don't have my Tusken Raider on my desk with me.
What?
But I